Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take on Forest Green Rovers for the first time in their history this evening at the new Lawn Stadium. This is going to be the last German Gills video of 2023 because I am away back in the UK for the Christmas period. I'm going to be your host, Reece, to take you through every step of today's game. Thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills Light Show. And if the FGR fans here as well, thank you very much for stopping by also. And if you'd like to support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is in the description. And if you'd like to be part of the German Gills fan zone, you can use our WhatsApp link in the description down below also. C&A Building Products are our sponsors this season. They are currently running a competition for your chance to win a Gillingham signed away shirt. The link to all the details of that are in the description down below. So let's see what Luke's 11 is for our matchup against Forest Green Rovers this evening.
Hello and welcome back to Luke's 11, which as always is sponsored by C&A Building Products. As we near the end of 2023, I don't think a lot of us would have envisaged where we are today as we came back from that trip from Como. The highs of that trip are now met by inconsistency on the pitch and fans fighting one another in the raining end. The connection between the fans and the players seems to be a million miles away from where we once were at the beginning of this season. Many of us called for the sacking of Harris, including myself, but have we seen that new change in direction so far? I don't think so. Albeit over time, I think Clements will succeed. He has a squad that aren't his players and have been brought in to play in a certain way. January is going to be key again for our beloved Gills, and with 3 to 4 quality players brought in, can we see a promotion charge? I really do hope so. If not, I'm afraid to say I think our season will level off into mid-table mediocrity, which will be very, very disappointing. Today, we see the Gills travel to Forest Green with the new man, Troy Deeney, in the dugout for the home team. Will we see the generous Gills gift Deeney 3 points in his first game as a manager, or are we going to see the team that put Charlton to the swords only a few weeks ago? Who knows? My team selection today is as follows. Jake Turner in goal. At right back, Robbie McKenzie with Connor Masterson and Max Amer as the centre-backs. Pairing. Left back, Scott Malone, albeit I think he is one poor performance away from being dropped. I'm going to go back to a 4 in midfield with Dieng and Coleman. In the centre with Mahoney and Johnny Williams out wide. I'd like to see us go back 2 up top. So I'm going to go with Macaulay Bonne and Tom Nichols to lead the line. Score predictions are getting even more difficult as we are so inconsistent. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Los Gills.
Adam Wesgate's going to be taking off a new stadium this evening. He's heading over to the new Lawn Stadium. So let's hear what he has to say about our match this evening.
Well, a very good evening to you here from the West Country, which was a very pleasant trip down, a very pleasant tandoori, maybe a not so pleasant walk up 325 feet of hilly sort of picturesque countryside. It'd be better on the way down though. But what will the result be for the way down? Well, we've got to do better than Bradford. I mean, yes, Bradford's goals, they were poor on our part, and, you know, Bradford, they fought. A bit dirty maybe, but we've got to be made of sterner stuff tonight. And the announcer said, actually, we've got a new striker. Apparently up front we have Macaulay Bonne. So maybe he can turn our fortunes around. But on a serious note, probably the player I'd be looking out for most would be Jaden Clark. I mean, we know what Mahoney can do. He's probably our biggest attacking threat. Bonne has been on and off. Hopefully he can get a bit more form up front. And Clark has been hot and cold. Very good at the start of the season, but less so recently, I think. We've just got to get more goals. It's as simple as that, and be a bit tougher to defend well. But I think we can turn this around. We're on the road to January. Los Gills. Let's get 3 points in the bag tonight.
And let's jump straight into the German Gills fan zone to hear what fans have to say about our match this evening.
Reece, hope you're well. The result today is going to be 3-1 Gills. We Malone, Mahoney and Marston. Up the Gills, all set Gills.
Hi Reece, Finn here. Really excited about today's game plus Forest Green. I think Gills are going to win 3-1. I think Macaulay Bonne, Ollie Hawkins and Scott Malone to score. Let's go Gills.
Good evening, Reece. Ben here, just not long arrived here at the new Lawn Stadium for this evening's game with Forest Green Rovers. I hope you are well, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone at German Gills. So my prediction for tonight's game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Gills win. I'm going to go for Macaulay Bonne to put us in front, then Connor Mahoney to make it 2-0, and then Forest Green to score late on, and we're going to hold on, hopefully 3 points. Fingers crossed, 3 points, and Los Gills.
Let's head over to the new Lawn Stadium for today's live match reaction. Wesgate Gills. So we're about to get underway here at the new Lawn Stadium, and I will make one correction from last video, and it's a big one. It wasn't Jaden's birthday, it was Aiden's birthday for the last video against Bradford. Massive apologies, Aiden, and yeah, hopefully I will get to see you when we play Crawley as well, to really make it up to you in person. But really sorry about that. It was Aiden's birthday, who was the mascot for Gillingham against Bradford. And a big shout out to our sponsor, C&A Building Products, as well, for sponsoring our video today and for the whole season. And also, this is the last German Gills video of 2023. The Crawley and the Sutton game, I'm actually watching at the stadium, so I won't be there. Sorry, I won't be here to make the videos. I'll have a two-game welcome break over the Christmas period, but we're back for the Colchester game. So, underway here. Let's see if Gills can pick up some 3 points away from home. Gills spraying the ball out to the left-hand side. Gills kept a lot of possession at the moment, and they're doing well to move forward as Malone picks it up from pass from Jalen Clark, who picks it up one more time with the return pass. Can Gills get a shot from distance? They do have Coleman. It's blocked. Is there a return shot? Is hit away. And we'll tell you what, we'll give an update. It's about 11 minutes in, and Forest Green were a bit lively at the start because obviously they got their new manager. They've got to make them a new manager bounce, and Gills have calmed them down with a lot of possession players. We come for one more time, actually. Can Gills is like, with this, we can't. It's get away by Forest Green in the end by Dabo. But yeah, it's been a decent start from Gills at the moment, and I think we've tried to quieten down the excitement that Forest Green fans were having because of the new manager. But yeah, so far, quite nothing really to note apart from the fact Gillingham have had the lion's share of possession. Still 0-0. Forest Green coming forward now, and McCann's got the ball, and Gills has a real defensive work to go left-hand side, and it's going to be a chance for Forest Green as Morton took the shot. It was saved by Turner, and ball was put back in one more time by Robson, and Gills got some real defensive work to do to get it away. It's head towards goal again. It's collected by Turner. It was the header from McCann, and that's the first real opportunity of the whole game of any merit, and it's fallen to Forest Green, and arguably that header's very good, but Jake Turner was aware to it, and the one initially before, as we're going to look at now, was the Forest Green managed to break through over to the left-hand side, and Morton should be doing a lot better. He hit it right at the face, pretty much of Jake Turner. And luckily for the Gills, it was a tame shot, and we escaped with no goal conceded. Still 0-0. So, Gills have got a free kick, about 18 yards out, I suppose. So, for what it's worth, you might have noticed, but Duisburg scored one from the exact same position on Wednesday even. Hopefully, Mahoney could do exactly the same thing. The Duisburg player, Cano, absolutely levered it and rifled it into the goal. And maybe Mahoney could do the same thing, but it is very close. It's going to have to be some free kick to get it on target as he takes it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And if there was a team that has the lowest score on record in the league, that's the kind of free kick you'd expect them to take. It's such a great opportunity. I think he's trying to be too cute. If that was me, they got no one laying behind the wall. Maybe would have blasted it on the floor and hoped for the best. Nonetheless, it didn't end up at the back of the net. It ended up just about inside the stand, to be honest, and it's still 0-0. The ball over the top here for Dieng to chase. Can he keep it in play? Can he put it into the box? He'll put it in the back of the net. Oh, it's the first shot on target, though. It's a great ball in by Dieng. He managed to get his foot around it, and Bond just got his head on it and hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And Gills have conceded a free kick, but I want to watch that one more time. Hopefully the replay comes up because, yeah, here we go. It was a great ball in from Dieng. Relatively good head. He stooped down Bond to try and get that on target, which he did, but unfortunately it was right at the hand of Daniels, and it was saved. But that, I think, is the first shot on target for Gillingham, which after 34 or so minutes, I have to say, it's not good enough. Forest Green pinging this ball forward right from the centre circle as it headed towards goal. It's got to be collected and tipped over by Jake Turner in the end. It was a good header. Who made that header? Was it more Taylor, the captain? Didn't quite say, but it's a ping into the box, and Gillingham should be defending this a lot better. Actually, it was Innes one more time. He really can head the ball. He had a diving head in the first 5 minutes. It actually sailed over the bar, but he got really up tall. And he did the same there, and Gillingham just caught the back foot and flat-footed there, but luckily Jake Turner could just tip it over the bar. But again, Forest Green looking more than likely to score at the moment. And that is half-time. So at half-time, it's Forest Green Rovers 0, Gillingham 0, and on the line we've got Adam Wesgate.
Well, good evening.
So what do you make of this game so far? I know you've mentioned probably the highlight so far as a tandoori chicken you've had. Is that right or something?
Well, yeah, I had a really good chicken korma and a good garlic naan. They didn't have any paneer cheese there, but only regular. So that's the only downside. But apart from that, less said about the match, the better so far. But we're on a podcast, YouTube show, so on we press. Yeah, we're trying to get something to talk about. Is there anything to talk about the match? I mean, Gillingham's free kick in that first half, it probably sums up our attacking motion going forward, right? Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I'll say as a positive, and I said this about Malone the last match, because he hasn't had the greatest of times recently. At least they're not actually giving up in the sense of dropping their heads, etc., which you can work with more than a team who's inconsistent, but then as soon as any danger happens, they go, oh, God, I'm done. So that's the only positive I can say. Clements has got to do something at half-time because we have no link between midfield and the attack. They're just pumping balls forward, and when they're playing around defence, I'm okay with playing around defence, except it's play around defence, eventually pass back to the goalkeeper, lump it forward, and it's rinse and repeat.
It does seem to be that way at the moment. I mean, the only showlight for me, I mean, Ethan Coleman's playing okay, that's about it. And but Forest Green just looked like the team that's most likely to score that half. I don't know if you agree with that.
I do, but it's a funny thing because me and my dad were saying that we think they're one of the poorest teams that we've seen, but that just about sums up where we are, because it could go either way. I still think Gillingham could turn it on to get something out, get a point, get 3 points, but they look like they might just hit us on the break. It really looks like Gillingham are the home team in some sense, with more possession, and Forest are trying to hit us on the counter, but we'll see. I hope we see Hawkins up front for a bit, and maybe him and Bond for a bit before they shove Nichols on us eventually, but difficult, isn't it? Difficult.
It is difficult, but hopefully we can scrape something through, and we will catch up at full time.
See you then.
So we're about to get underway for the second half, and I've got to say, there really wasn't much to shout about in the first half, and hopefully from this second half, Gills can find a little bit of attacking prowess moving forward without compromising too much defensive work. But I think across the park, there really hasn't been much solid play from anyone, and the Forest Green Rovers as well have not been that solid, but they've been the least worst out of the both teams so far, I have to say, moving forward, and the most likely to score, as we are still waiting to get under play. My goodness me, I might have started this little introduction to the second half a little bit too early, and I think I ran out of words to say as Lapsy eventually kicks off and we get underway in the second half. Gills have taken this throw in quick on the left-hand side as Malone is the one to watch to Jaden Clark. Can he get the space? Can he find someone to get the ball into a dangerous position? It might eventually feel kindly for McKenzie. He puts the ball into the box and it goes on! It's just been deflected. It looked like it could have easily gone bounced anywhere. I think maybe the angle I've had and I followed probably makes that much for a bigger chance than it actually was, but a very dangerous cross into the box by McKenzie. And I have to say, that literally could have gone everywhere. It came off Forest Green leg and it's actually out for a corner. Well, okay, that was a bit exciting for once. Gillingham taking this corner quickly on this right-hand side. Can we take advantage of this as Mahoney puts it into the box? So he's taking a touch. He's going to shoot it himself. It looks like he is going to get the shot on target. Oh, and it just goes past the right-hand post. And we know Mahoney could do those kind of shots. And we know that he could score from there. He's totally capable of it. And that corner move was definitely set up for him to do that. He just didn't quite connect with it. It didn't rise like I suppose he wanted it to. And unfortunately for Gills, it goes past the left-hand post of the goalkeeper, Daniels. And Gillingham looking like to get a bit more control in this game, but again, no goal to show for any of their efforts. Malone gets the ball down the left-hand side, and Williams got a lot of work to do. He's got two Forest Green players around him. He needs support again from Malone. He has got it. As Malone looks to get the ball into the box, is that what he's going to do? Try and work away by a pass. Nichols has picked it up. I haven't really seen much of him so far. As it goes to Williams one more time. He's going to put the ball straight into the box. A very deep cross. That's literally to no one, but it is going to fall to Mahoney. He's going to try and recycle that ball one more time himself. He's got support with McKenzie. As Dieng's picked it up, and that's a great pass to McKenzie. He's put a decent ball, and it goes to the back post. Oh, there's no one there, so it could be a shot on goal. It's volleyed up and collected by the goalkeeper, and that probably is one of the best passive play Gillingham have had so far in this half, really. It was nice move and nice work, but unfortunately, it ends in nothing, really. I suppose a shot on target, but again, this looks like it's gonna be a 0-0. I'm going to hold my head out and say that one now. Still 0-0. Gills with the corner left-hand side. I think it's the 7th of the game so far. As Johnny Williams puts it into the back post. Is everyone there to head it towards goal? And it's a good save by Daniels. It was headed down. I think it was. Was it Dieng? I couldn't quite see. But a much better attacking movement and a chance from Gillingham as we look to recycle it one more time. They go to put from Williams. Can we get another shot on goal? It's going to be cleared by Forest Green in the end. But something to actually shout about for Gills, as Forest Green could be on an absolute worldie of a counter-attack here. But it is really good defensive work by Coleman in the end. Or I can't see what it was. Actually, it might be Marston actually. But anyway, Gills, the game sparked into life a little bit more and caught me off guard a little bit. However, it was a decent header in the end, and Gills nearly did go 1-0 up. Gills coming forward down the right-hand side. The game's sort of sparked into life for Gillingham a little bit. Can we get an opportunity here? It's coming from Mahoney. The left-hand side is cut inside. He's done his man there. Can he actually get the shot away? He's got support there with And it was Dieng who took the shot, and it was just floating over the bar. I think as soon as he touched it, it was probably obvious it was going over the bar. Nichols was there to offer his support from Mahoney, but it went to Dieng, and it just went over the bar. In the last sort of few minutes, we look at this chance now, last few minutes, Gillingham have really opened the attack in front, and we are nearly in front with about 15 or so minutes left of this game. But unfortunately hasn't come to fruition, and Gillingham haven't scored, which is usually what I say in most sort of videos this season, and it is still 0-0. And that is full time. Gills have another blank as well with no goals, but they do get a point, I suppose. Yeah, we'll see. We'll end the show with Adam Wesgate and what his thoughts are.
Well, what was there really to say about that? I mean, I'm walking down the hill now, and that was really not a good performance. And I'm going to start uncharacteristically with the negatives, and there were a lot of them. We had no cohesion. There was no link between midfield and attack. A lot of passing, then a hoofball. Apart from the last 15 minutes that we started, actually, the subs did make a difference, but we had a couple of chances, and then we fizzled out sort of extra time or just before that, and the woeful passing, then the cohesion started again, and we actually could have let a goal in. Forest Green are one of the poorest, maybe the poorest team this year I've seen, and you should have been saying it's there for the taking, but it wasn't, because we were awful. We've got to get through this festive period. Now, the one positive I'll say is that we didn't drop our heads like Charlton. They go 2-0 down, their heads dropped. They should have been able to get back into it. We did not drop our heads. We were terrible, yes, but we kept going, and that is a positive sign going into January, that if we get 2 or 3 players, things could change. Special mention to Ethan Coleman, who I thought was possibly our best player, and Johnny Williams made a difference when he came on, a very, very, very positive difference. We've got to create more. We've got to create something. Wesgate Gills on to the post-Christmas period.